Aye. What? Look. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. Huh? They ain't talking about nothing. Aye. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. Huh? They ain't talking about nothing. Peekaboo, I just put them bookers in my chain. Peekaboo, 80 pointers like a Kobe game. Peekaboo, 7.62s, I make them plain. Peekaboo, popping out, you better smell my name. Peekaboo, put 2 foreigns on the 405. Peekaboo, catchy pepper here from doing pasta. Peekaboo, why you acting tough on IG Live? Peekaboo, you know my new off they rocker. Peekaboo, surprise, just that chicken cheese. Peekaboo, let me FaceTime my op. I'm up the street, peekaboo. Yes, AGs, I'm putting something to sleep. Peekaboo. He on the ground, I praise God and start stumping feet. Peekaboo. I put 10 on his face, my shooter playing. Peekaboo. I hit it from the back, I told her move her hand. Peekaboo. Then saw my thumb in where her at. Peekaboo. On your top, I'm with God, don't look back. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about?
Yes, Big Brad said I'm caught up and on time. That's what we like to see. That's what we like to hear. Welcome back, y'all. We are back with Alien Earth Season 1, Episode 4. Hopefully, y'all ready to get into it. We always ready. Ashley, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling ready to talk about it. I actually like this episode more than I liked the last one, more than I
Really?
liked episode 3. Mm-hmm.
I'm the opposite. I like the other episode more than I like this one.
Mm-mm.
Well, I feel like we had so much motion. Now we're getting real. I feel like is there such a thing as coming in too hot?
No. Well, I guess if you can't sustain, then yes.
I mean, it came in very, very hot. Everybody joining us, please hit that like button and show us some love. We're here for a good time, not a long time. Because stuff happened here, but did it really happen? Where did we go in this episode? Ashley, overall thoughts beyond actually like, why did you like this one more than the last one?
I felt like this pushed the narrative further, and I didn't have those dead silences like in episode 3. I was like, oh, at least people are talking now. I need exposition. You know this about me. Last episode, I felt like we were stuck in one of those damn alien movies. But no, I just like the interaction, the dialogue. We got to see the Raggedy Brother. You know what? Let me be honest. I like this episode because I was right about a lot of things. About the nefarious nature of Cougar Town. I was right about that. I was right about our Willy Wonka villain. And that sorry brother who has no power. You ain't got no power. And Fruit from the Vinyl, yes, still Team Kirsch. Because Timothy Olyphant carries whether you like his character or not, you have to admit he is acting down as a synth. I adore him. I feel all of it. I feel him. I feel like this burgeoning thing that's about to just go beyond the surface of it all. I see his evolution. I like the interactions with him. He's probably my favorite person to watch in the series.
I mean,
Legitimately.
Timothy's
Yeah.
cool. I'm gonna be over there with Morrow every time. That's my favorite person to watch.
He's a
This little
predator.
little despicable self, absolutely. But everybody here, from what we can see, every single person surrounding what objectively are children, everybody's a predator. Everybody, even Timothy,
But Morrow's worser.
even Timothy. This episode was cool. I did like the other one better. This one, after last week's episode, I think I expected us to move a little quicker. I think I'm just expecting a lot because we came in so heavy and they set the stakes all the way up here. So now that we're cooling down, not once but twice now, it's like, all right, don't chill too hard. Keep that same energy. Have that damn alien bust through the glass. But I know it's definitely things to come. Y'all make sure y'all hitting that like button for us, please. Let's get into Wendy first. Let's go on get Wendy out the way. Wendy in the Xenomorph, because Wendy this episode said, because she can communicate. All right, Wendy, get out of it. They zoomed in on Wendy's mouth. It was there for quite some time. Um, Wendy is giving me Queen Mother. Wendy is giving me, I think that's Alien Resurrection, where Sigourney is that re animated version of herself, and we have Winona Ryder over there, and she has that relationship with the xenomorph, and it considers her mother. It's giving that, and I'm like, if this xenomorph is considering you mother, honey, are they trying to do something different? We don't need a hybrid queen. Where is the queen? I've been saying that for quite some time because we went and got these eggs and we went on our way. We know what we have to do to get these eggs out. Where is the queen? What's going on there? What is that? But we are, from what seems, I did not like the way that this alien popped out. It looked like a snake, and it turned me off. I was like, why did it look like that? It was slithering like a snake. I didn't like the visual. But what it did like was Mama Wendy and their understanding and talking in this. She can hear them, but she can't understand. It's more of a feeling. I can hear them, but from what I was feeling, I felt like they're in pain. I felt like, we should be doing this and that and we should set them free. Let's send them back home. Wendy in this episode was advocating for the xenomorph like a mom, like a parent. And that's a big narrative here. You're not a parent. It was giving parent, and we know how the queen protects those cubs and what they're willing to do for that. There's that. But basically, we have Cavalier here trying to do what he does best. I'm trying to explore all facets to get into these xenomorphs. Even Wendy, girl, if you can communicate with them, maybe you can decipher. I was like, he is not at all. Boy Cavalier is the smartest, dumbest person I've seen on screen in quite some time. Like, if she can communicate with them, are you not at all worried about her maybe deciphering it and controlling and getting them on her side? Like, are we not worried about them communicating in that way against you, against whatever? He's not thinking about that. It's just, ooh, this is a new fancy, glittery toy, and I want to play with it. And then, we have who we'll get to. Hermit's over there. Joe's over there. Like, no, let her rest. No, let her gather her bearings. She still has a soul. She's still my sister. Just like, no, she's here for that and that thing only. And if you're going to be a hindrance to the process, you can get out of here. If I can't use you for something, you can go. But of course, we wound up using Joe anyway because Wendy, you stay 10 down and tenfold with that xenomorph and decipher and be committed. And your brother can stay here for as long as he wants. If not, he can get the hell on. Ashley, Wendy in the xenomorph.
Yeah, that's weird. That's her baby. She was really looking at it like, oh, sweet baby, I just want to hug you and love on you and squeeze you and love you and all of the things. And it's really vile. Of course, she's like, we need to set them free. They need to go and be. And I don't think Boy Cavalier is as clueless as you might think, Tyra, because I think that he's going to play on every card that he has. And we know this by keeping Joe close, because you can say, and I'm going to hire you and you can keep this job, but your responsibility will be to spy on Wendy for me. You need to let me know her every move, what she's doing, what she's thinking, what she's feeling. So of course, and like I said, as cavalier as he seems, the boy is an evil villain with a one-track mind, which ultimately is going to be figuring out a way to weaponize these aliens, this species, these creatures. So I'll be interested to see where he evolves from. I will say, Hermit Crab is as useless today as he was yesterday and the day before that. He is just not a hero. He's really a weakling, and I hate that. I hate to admit it. Even in his, no, I got it. No, I can speak for myself. Even Wendy punks him. Like, there's no hope for Joe the Crabber. I don't see it from him. But yeah, the xenomorph, it's interesting in this state. When she whistled, while you worked and he popped out of the lung, I was really like, okay, that's what we're doing. I'm really curious if outside of the xeno, if she can communicate with any of the others, if they operate on any other type of frequency. I also thought it was very interesting when she did the mating call. Because what are we going to do with that? You know what I mean? Like, oh, can we tap and triangulate the frequency and we can all be on the frequency? I don't know. It's only a matter of time. You're right. It's only a matter of time before she can interpret the message and communicate back and forth. Now, what that'll look like, I don't know. Because is she Queen Mother or is she a pawn?
I think she's gonna trap them things. Get mama out of here. I think they're so similar and contained in a way and trying to be under the thumb of Cavalier. I think they're gonna like, me familia, me mommy. What you want us to do? Say it again. Say less. Girl, we on it. I think it was interesting to see that I guess she passed out last episode because I'm like, since when do they need to reset or charge or what? They need that?
Her
Is that
lithium battery. He said it could power a city and it's got to be charged. And that was another thing I liked. I was right about that. She wasn't dreaming. That heifer really fell out and they had her snapped up and back in the lab. But yeah, she's got a lithium battery. He says strong enough to power a whole city. She doesn't need to sleep. That's what Boy Cavalier
it's
said.
like if it's all of that, like they're just exemplary, but you need to charge, you need to reset. I don't know. I just thought that they was on go. I thought you woke up and you were on go. If you were sleeping at all, I thought everything was predicated on us pressing a button. Go, start, stop, whatever. Deactivate. I don't know. No, she just like I just ran out of juice. Let me lay down real quick. Okay. I think that's probably going to come into play and happen at the worst moment. But I also feel like he's keeping Joe there under the guise. It's like a threat, He's gonna eventually do this, or I'm gonna take your brother out. We're gonna retrieve that lung. It's gonna be something. He's not, Cavalier's a little sick individual. She said, "Pinky square. I'm gonna do what I have to do. Pinky square, okay? As long as my brother gets to stay here." Oh, poor Slightly. Poor thing. Poor thing. Maro don't have to be on the other end of that phone like that. Might as well be a phone. He don't have to be on the line acting like this. It's him like taking joy, like, yeah, I'll be friends. Maro, no. This is the dumbest, smartest people I've ever seen. You really feel like you can use Slightly in this capacity? I thought he was going to use him different. I thought that he was maybe going to use him as an avenue to get there, or because this is supposed to be some hidden secret island. Maybe he was going to give him some context clues as to where they were, so he could get there and retrieve whatever, or show up with whatever, or get intel. Something. You expect Slightly, this Slightly, to first he said still an egg, still an egg, and just get it to me. I don't know. Then you know what? No, that's probably a lie. They are heavily guarded. How about you take a human and make it the host, and then I'm gonna do my thing then? This makes no sense to me. This makes absolutely no sense. And we even go as far, we already drilling it into him, and I like that he's playing on that childlike intention of, are we friends? Why? If we're friends, then I should know your whole name. Like, tell me your name. Like, oh, that's cute. Yeah, I'm going to use that against you and find your whole family and basically threaten you without saying it. If you don't do X, Y, and Z, I'm right here close enough to take out your mom, your brothers, everybody. Find a host now. You said 24 hours. Sir, what? What kind of plan is this, Morrow? These people are supposed to be smart, aren't they? Like, I don't know. With the mission, and this is my life's work, and I'm going to complete this, I would think that he would come at it at a different angle. I don't see this going well for him or for Slightly. I think it's a big task for little baby Slightly. Ashley.
Yeah, and the fact that Morrow isn't aware enough to know that Slightly being a hybrid, they have a way to monitor and track. Like, I'm sure you've tapped into whatever brainwave and you can communicate. You don't think that that's evident? Because Kirsch clocked the T immediately. You know right and wrong. See no evil, hear no evil, you speak no evil, right? Do you know what right and wrong is too? And I do kind of like that we're seeing it basically innocence lost, because from that conversation, the threat, of course, of my family and my siblings, later when we get into the conversation with Wendy and he sees Hermit Crab, I have brothers. Why are my brothers not here? Like, there's this disparity, and there's this idea that Slightly now his eyes are opened and he can now see the world fully. But Morrow is despicable, ultimately a predator, and I hate the way he's navigated this, because it's far-fetched for me, the plan, but then also I can't really see the end of it. So you bring a human who's the host that's going, and then what? And then what?
But hide it, let it cook for just a day. Hide it for a day, and then what, Mark? Like, what is this plan?
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, okay, and the human gets it, and then what? Like, and then what? But I mean, I like we're playing on that. Of course, Kirsch, I know T, but I'm gonna see how far you're gonna take it because he already clocked Morrow in that face to face, and we saw who the bigger man was. It was Hirsch or Kirsch as we walked away from it. But he's fully aware, I think, of Morrow's like doggedness as it relates to these species and obtaining them. So I think he'll just be watching and monitoring slightly, very, very closely. I just hate it because we know a
Why
lot of times when we see characters move over, they call it swinging, from this side of your duality to the other. It oftentimes results in tragedy. So I hate to say it, but Slightly's gonna be out of here. He's too far gone too fast, Tyra. He's a goner. He's a goner. Now I don't know if Kirsch is gonna rip his heart out or
That's
Boy
what I'm
Cavalier,
saying.
but
Like Mrs. Kirsch is for the Wu-Tang is for the children. Kirsch is for the children. No, like the way he slighted this, and he knows the capacity that they have. That's why Morrow could so easily manipulate him. These are children. He goes in there approaching it like it's a fellow soldier. So if you're a man, are you going, sir? You know what's going on. Why wouldn't you try to? Why wouldn't you intercept? Because the moment that slightly felt like, oh, I'm okay. Daddy Kirsch is gonna protect me. Oh, I don't have to worry about that. Matter of fact, get whatever the hell this is out my neck. No, I'm just gonna observe.
at
For
the
what
end of the
observing?
day, Kirsch is a synth. He's not capable of human emotion. We don't expect that from him, Tyra.
I
He
know it
serves a
doesn't have to be
role and a
human emotion.
purpose.
Okay, maybe not the human emotion part, but at least intercept. Like this has the potential to be an issue, even if it's not seismic. Even if this plan is dumb as hell, we don't have time for that. We want things to go off without a hitch. Morrow is an issue. Let me stomp this out before. No, we're gonna watch it play out because you want to see what Slightly does. Why?
I think it's more contained than you think. I think this is a setup for Morrow. Because I think you're too big of an opposition. So if we can bait you into this and set up a trap, why not? That's what way I would be thinking if I was this ultimate philosopher who Kirsch is supposed to
That's
be.
damn possible, and we don't have to work hard at all to do that because it's a dumbass plan. But I also feel like he would give Slightly the whole disloyal, degenerate, you chose your side, blicky blicky type energy. I think he would take him out because you didn't stand up. Like, I mean, I can only do so much, my kid. Don't do that. Like, at least, even if it's that, even if he gave Slightly reassurance, no, feed into it. Don't, whatever. Just, I'm right here. I'm with you every step of the way. You're still protected. We need to catch the boogeyman because that's what they thought he was anyway. Let me get this super chat before they say
Please.
Thank you so much, Jane, for the super chat. Morrow is the evil, sinister brother I wish I had. Child, that's why he's sweating every scene. They have to make you feel his impact. Like, why is he so moist every time he on the
I'm
screen?
dripping.
Are these cyborg side effects or just be slaying?
Just run hot,
Oh, but I'm looking like we warm in an ice cream truck. Why you sweating so? Are you all right? Lord. Yeah, I'm moving for this. Trying to play it slightly. He the one gonna debt slightly observing.
Either way, Slightly's out of there.
You know what this statue means, boy. This pettiness here between them. I needed one of them to acknowledge that the moment that this octo alien, whatever the hell, got into this sheet, it tried to stand up on two legs.
It did. I thought it was going to morph right then. I said, oh, we're turning into something old. Like, okay, you walk on two legs now. All right.
Yeah, it's like I'm trying to mimic. I'm trying to get as close. Is this a human host? Oh, no, wait. Yeah, I'm trying to. Nobody said anything about that because we're so fixated, just like Kirsch, because maybe the way he was sizing up Wendy, like, I know this hoe don't have a stronger connection. These are my eggs. These are my babies. My xenomorphs.
So ridiculous. I was like, boy, Cavalier, you're jealous. This is the time you choose to be jealous.
It was. He's like, hey, I'm the captain. Hey, look at me. Over here, I'm the captain. We're having this control thing here. He threw the ball at the. Hey, yeah, don't like. Oh God!
Don't feed the lions.
This is why he's the smartest, dumbest person. He may be very brilliant, but he's fixated on the wrong stuff, and he's going to make a misstep. He keeps getting warnings after warning. They keep foreshadowing. Well, Even now, he's like, so yeah, boy genius, you think we should maybe get back to the task at hand in the hybrids? This is, I have to, yeah. Then this competition stare down over here with Kirsch. I'm like, did anybody see the sheep try to stand up? I don't know. But the main thing here I take away, I'm worried about. I ain't even worried about old Cavalier over there because I think he's gonna dead himself. What I'm worried about is funky old white hair Kirsch. Actually, what's the master plan? Because I know that's the one over there. I told you this is the real enemy. This is the one. What is his plan?
Kirsch is going to figure it all out. Kirsch is going to figure it out before anybody else does, because I think he's got a keen awareness of the capability of this species. Immediately, he was like, oh, they can adapt. Oh, look at him. He's a smart one. Look at him focused on us. And the little, let me jump over here, jump over here. But outside of that, Kirsch, probably outside of Boy Cavalier, and probably more so, has his hands in every piece of the pot. Every piece of Prodigy, he's got a hand in, not just the lab. He's like father to the hybrids. He's over here, he's over there. He's first on the front lines as it comes to Morrow, because we haven't seen a ton of communication about Morrow to Boy Cavalier. And I'm thinking to myself, why is he not concerned about Wayland, Rutani, whatever these other organizations that have claims over here? I think Kirsch is the one to watch. Now, what his ultimate plan will be, I now do agree with you that it's ultimate control. I think it's ultimate control. And he's either going to do one of two things. He's going to dissent because he's going to understand that this species needs to be destroyed. And Boy Cavalier is going to want to keep them to weaponize them. So there'll be some sort of brawl. We know what the result's going to be. They're going to live and go on. But it'll be interesting to see what the ultimate battle royale looks like, because it's Kirsch and it's Boy Cavalier.
I think Kirsch is going to go the David route. He's going to be a Michael Fassbender. He's going to pledge all allegiance to these xenomorphs. The only thing standing in his way is Wendy, because she has favor with him. I think it's going to be death to the human race. It needs to be synths, hybrids, and xenomorphs. We can do away. Peek in the brain, we can take over the planet.
I want him to be so nefarious. I honestly think he's going to do what's right for humanity. I think it's part of his programming. I do.
Do what's right for humanity. Not in the midst of the conflict. The way Cavalier, listen, don't you have some tests to run? Get out of here. Why are you here? Don't you got something to do?
He is Kirsch more than I do Boy Cavalier. At the end of the day, I'm putting my all of my coins, all my chips on Kirsch. Bet on black, baby.
No, I think he's out there. And then the way he sizes up Wendy, and the way he just felt like he wants that connection. So when they hatch, just like he want them babies standing behind him being Daddy Kirsch, he want that, and he isn't going to get that because they ass is going to be over there with Wendy, and he's going to have a problem. I think it's going to be a standoff between the two. If anybody takes out Boy Cavalier, if it's not a xenomorph, it's going to be Kirsch. It's going to be one of it. It might be Wendy, because if he threatened old Joe too hard, who knows? But I think it would be poetic for him to go out via xenomorph. Because, boy, stop playing. And I think somebody asked, was Adam a synth or a cyborg? It doesn't say. Everybody here gives off a tendency or a smidge of synth cyborgness, so it's hard to kind of tell. And he is quite elderly, so I was hoping that he
I think that's Cavalier Daddy.
I said that I thought Cavalier was pulling the strings from the top, but like I said, if the xenomorph got an opportunity, it would plant that egg. So he's human, because Boy Cavalier is weird. He had his feet on. I said, put your feet in another scene, Boy Cavalier. Ew, but you are not a parent. That's what Cavalier said. They were laying it on thick with old Dame here. Arthur was being his normal self. The way we have Dame she needs to rest. Oh, my baby. My sweet, sweet baby. Now, I didn't know until I went back. They have been working for, I guess, years in their marriage, even though Ashley said this is a maybe. This is maybe marriage. But they haven't been able to conceive. She wants so badly to have children, and it just never happened for her. So that's why she's just so, I have to mother the babies, especially Wendy, because she's my first. And it's like, no, you have to be reminded of that. That's one thing. But when we pull her out, girl, let me pull you off to the side. Arthur said, Psst, girl, come here. We need to get the hell out of here. This is not what I came here for. This is not what we came here for. This is not science. What is he doing? What kind of brilliance is rampant if we're taking these gajillion-dollar hybrids and we put them, on a ship? What to battle, to get intel, to pick up specimens? Then we have these aliens. Like, what are we doing here? I didn't sign up for this. Let's get our raggedy duffel bag and get the hell out of here. And she's like, no. I mean, brilliance takes sacrifice. And that's why he's so far ahead. We have to stay here. We're a part of something important. I don't know if she's complacent and in the now, or is she buying this hard to stay here? Baby, what do you want, lady? Because your man said, get the hell out of here. She said, no, I'm going to cook us something and we going to share a meal and have a kiki. We're okay. Ashley?
Tyra, you acting like fat meat's not greasy. I already told you Cougar Town was nefarious. Romeo, thou art a villain. I told you this, and this conversation was proof of that. Nah, let Boy Cavalier live. Look at all these advances we've made. She is by any means necessary. I don't care how many of these children gotta die, how many of these hybrids we gotta test and make, and what other Frankensteins they have in the basement. It's her. It's her. It's her. Watch her have to kill that man. Watch her have to kill her youngster. She gonna have to kill her stallion. Unfortunately, Cougar Town will move on to the next young thing. She has no loyalty to them children. She has no loyalty to that husband. Her loyalty is to Boy Cavalier because she revels in his genius. Purported genius. I don't trust the hoe. I could tell by the crow's feet and the bags under her eyes, Tyra. She is not
Ashley, please.
the one to be trusted. She groomed that young boy. No. She groomed him. She groomed him. She's a groomer. This young man is 20 years her junior. And you think that's normal and healthy?
No. What I was thinking was with the landscape of just grooming in this show overall, especially this episode, it was called Observation. I was like, even with Adam and even with who's to say who's a human and who isn't? We don't know. What if Arthur's not a real person?
What, you think he's a synth completely?
I don't know. I'm just not just in general.
No, he's real. He has too big a heart, mother. He's got too big a heart. His moral values are being tested, and he's at his breaking point. If she doesn't unalive him, he'll unalive himself at some point.
She just gave here like he's gonna try to. I'm packing my raggedy duffel bag. I'm leaving without you, and she gonna hit the doomsday button and he's gonna choose.
She's like, all right, go home. I'll cook for you tonight. I'll make you noodles.
She said, let me hit a hard reset. Now she's trying to leave me again because of the things I'm doing down here on the island. Let's back it up. Control, alt, delete. I don't know.
Now she could be poisoning them. She could be putting something in the food. I don't think she's above it.
Thank you so much, Inez, for the super chat. I see a lot of people asking who's David. Could we get a Prometheus and Covenant watch along? Who don't know who David is watching this? Y'all know who David is? No. Well, some people were like avid. I don't want to see none of that, and I think they've only seen maybe the Alien film, so they may not know who David is. I don't know. I know stranger things have happened. But yeah, the way I was like, I wonder if I don't know.
She's bad.
I was just wondering. I was just wondering. You're not a parent, girl. Believe that, because she acting like she ready to go to bat. Even with this situation, child, Nibs is about to nibble. Nibs has lost her mind. Now, Nibs is already having outer body identity crisis last episode. Maybe this episode, she said, no, but I'm with child. No, but I'm pregnant. And I think in her mind, she's equating like pregnancy to adulthood. And since I am a grown woman, I should be able to get pregnant. Whatever I can do it because I'm still a real person. I'm not a synth. I'm not a hybrid. I'm a human. And nobody can tell me otherwise. I can even carry a baby, just like they did on the farm. I'm a real person. And nobody's going to tell me different. Not even you. Child, I need them to have more precautions into place. I hope everything ain't predicated on you making it to that damn button. You need a life alert around your neck. What the hell? Girl, the way Nibs was like, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear none of that. Girl, please, please. Yeah, like Jesus. Well, what about that? Well, Mary, it was immaculate conception. How do you know that I'm not having a baby that way? Because I'm pregnant. She's like, well, let me show you. Look, the way she hopped on top of her, that she could have ripped your whole throat out. And it's just like, oh, let me get you some tea. Let me hit that button. I think that they're gonna leave Nibs somewhere locked up for a minute to her own devices, and she's really gonna lose it. Like Nibs is gonna be as if we didn't have enough monsters on this damn island. Nibs is gonna be a problem if they don't shut her down or we wire something because she is not adjusting well at all. Ashley, hit that button.
Something, I mean, that octopus forever changed her. Y'all remember the scene where they send these lost children in there and it jumps on her eye. I want to know, has she been converted? Because here's the thing. She ain't been right since that event, since she was gripped and sucked on by that octopus. We saw what it did to the sheep, to the goat, to whatever. Nib is forever changed, and I think she's pregnant with glorious purpose. I think that something else is going on inside of her, and she has a keen awareness of what is either about to happen. Maybe she's the harbinger of doom, but also could something be lying dormant within her that she just has full awareness of?
I don't think so.
Just saying.
With the process where we seen it go through the eye and then we have to dispose of the actual eye and then we're set as the alien, like we didn't see it, got pretty close, but we got it off. And
they yeeted it like she yeeted Cougar Town across that room. But what if it did something? What if it left an impression, a mark, or did something to her?
It would have. We don't know what all it could do. Like you said, like we said, when it got into the sheep, baby, the sheep tried to stand up on two legs. Like I can walk like a human now. I don't know. Whatever it is, because I don't think it's that. I think this is just her not adjusting well to this switch up. It's like this is just too much. These are things that they didn't predicate and prep for. And moving forward, baby, get a life alert around your neck. We don't have time for you to be trying to make your way to a button. Because who's to say you're gonna make it to that button every time? All she would have had to need, was a moment. Like, girl, you could have been out of here all because you didn't tell me what I wanted to hear. Are you trying to tell me something logical? No, I'm a human. She's gonna be an issue.
She is. And she said, security, lock her in the room and throw away the key. It's code 3.
Oh no, with them wanting so bad to observe, and it's all about observation. They wouldn't even put her under to try to, okay, well, let's recalibrate this because we don't need her being hypersensitive to. I was like, well, no, don't touch it. Let's just watch it play out. Okay, when she kill everybody, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. Nibs is a problem. Say, oh Lord, she look all catatonic. Say, no, ma'am.
That's how that sheep looked. Just saying.
Okay, all right. Now, Joe,
get out of here.
No, Joe. Please. No, Joe was trying, and I ain't gave up on you. I ain't, Joe is. Maybe we got it. We met Joe on the brink of death. And what is life? It's worth living. Is it all alone? Can y'all just, take me out back and hit me over the head? I've done all I could ever do in life. I don't really have any friends. I don't have a lust for life, passion. I don't have any family. I'm all alone. And then we see Wendy. We get Wendy, and it's something refreshing. My sister's back. But I at least thought, Joe wasn't this far of a delusion to still think that Wendy was human. She's not. She a lot of things, but she's not human, sir. And she isn't. But he wants so badly for her to be that because he's still calling her by her OG name. When he asked, okay, so when can I take her home? Joe, please. Joe, what? So when can I take her home? Didn't you upload her subconsciousness? Isn't it it's not quite that. Those elements are still there, but this is not that Wendy. She's not a child. She's not a little sister. When he gave her the little buck up pal, come on in, sis. If they watch Ice Age one more time, look at her, Disney. You have all the properties. Watch Toy Story 3 or something. Okay, watching Ice Age in the back. But He's I want Joe to come on around,
Who's
okay?
that?
Because Joe is forever going to be on the end of a stick to be persuaded in a certain direction. And while we're worried about Wendy, who can take care of herself at this point, because no, she's just like, no, I don't want you telling me what to do either. And I think she's going to choose because you have Joe wanting her to be a certain way, and then you have Cavalier in this ear. And it's just like, you know what? No, let me forge ahead and do what I want. And he's going to find out the hard way. Yo, this really not my sister. It's some realness there, but that's not her. This is Wendy. I need him not to worry about this and worry about slightly standing outside of his damn window. Because it ain't too many humans around that we can walk past the egg. And if Slightly's trying to come over there and trick you, child, I don't know. Joe might go for it. I don't know. Joe look like in advance. Ashley.
We did it, Joe. We needed Joe. Joe needs to go. I have despised Joe's character since episode 1, day 1. He's a weakling Eeyore. We don't need him. He's so weak. Oh, God. I don't need it. I don't need it, Tyra. I don't need it over here. And like I said, even Wendy is punking him at this point. What I find very, very interesting, because the one thing I don't fault him for is saying, or as recognizing her as his sister still, because for all of the technology and for her being the hybrid, she has shown a capacity to care for her brother, right? To be kind of hyper obsessed and his biggest op, in my opinion. But she has shown that she has capacity for that. But ultimately, he's going to die. He's going to be sacrificed on the altar of Wendy's greatness, either between damn boy Cavalier or now her children, right? He's always going to get lost in the sauce. I think it's convenient to have him here, and I know why the writers decided to do this, because it's going to lend to Wendy's ultimate humanity when she's got to make a choice, right?
What I was going to say, is he just here to
Her North
represent the
Star.
last shred of Wendy's
Yeah.
humanity? And if and when she loses it, it's like, oh, Joe.
Yeah. He's her North Star for all intents and purposes right now. I can see why he's there, but he's so useless. He really is as a character. Like, it's like, what are you doing here? Are you here just to say stupid things? Because you're here in Prodigy's labs. You know your sister has been altered forever. She's a hybrid. And you say, all right, I'm taking my sister home. Sir, who the hell do you think you are? No, I own you. You work for me and you want to pay for that lung?
Eugene, I've been down there in them. I told y'all Joe should have been dead because Morris don't play that, and he like appeared and hibernated all over. Like, why is the Xenomorph thinking twice? So I was like, well, no, Tyra, Xenomorphs don't be acting like that. They don't be acting on impulse. That's it. They don't want to take him to impress. Baby, we have had a Xenomorph hover over Joe twice.
Mm-hmm.
A human. Supposedly.
Alleged.
I don't know at this point. I don't trust nobody. This could all be a setup. Like, yeah, you thought you gotcha, huh? Thought you were human this whole time, didn't you, Joe? I don't know. But it didn't implant. It didn't rip his throat out. It just was like, it was like, oh no. And I was like, is there something in, we can't even say in the blood or nothing, because Wendy is a hybrid. Wendy, they don't share anything between them to where the Xenomorph could go like, well, he's related to Mama Wendy, so I might not want to go there. Like, what?
I honestly think whether she knows it or not, she has some capacity to control them already. Before hearing the frequency, there had to be a level of control that she's been exerting over them in those spaces.
On that frequency, but she didn't even know she was protecting him, and she was. So it's like, said stop. So that's what it was. Okay.
I'm just saying, I'm going to give it to them. I'm going to make it up because they didn't give us anything. So I'm going to send it up because they didn't want to talk in episode 3. They didn't want to talk to us. They didn't want to tell us anything, Tyra.
We got to take what we can get. And I said that last time. Y'all was like, Joe got some thick plot on me. Y'all told me no. Xenomorphs don't. All right. I guess Xenomorphs not killing no more. All right. Well, we'll see how long that lasts. So I need Joe to wake up and not say dumb stuff like, so when do I get to take her home?
Shut up, Joe. Shut up, Joe. Sleepy Joe.
I was like, when are you going to stick around here and do what exactly, Joe? Do what? Huh? I don't know. But outside of that, lastly, we have multiple things coming into fruition with these hybrids, baby. Well, we have Nibs over there getting locked up because, yeah, lock her up, sedate her, take her lithium battery out, do whatever you have to do because she just jumped on me. We have all of them having this awareness about themselves and their desires and what they want. We have Lab Tech Boo down here. So yeah, I don't want to be called that. That's not a real name. That's not the name of a man.
What a manly name.
A manly. I'm a scientist. I'm smart. I do stuff. Can I change my name? It's like, well, yeah. It's not going to be long before they all go, well, if I can do that, what else can I do? Why are you even controlling me? Who are you? They're going to wake up. Even when they had the girl, when Joe was like, well, yeah, well, look at you all here now. All of you could have been dead. Look at you now. Yeah. Oh, no, he's right. Everybody has siblings. They should have got birthday parties. Shut up, Joe. But they're all waking up like, yeah, we should be getting something. Don't we have some say? I think that's going to open up to be a gateway. Because, baby, where they're getting to, the little pipsqueaks down there, Curly been there. And Willy Wonka, the diet version, is trying his hardest to just stick his prongs in her. Yeah, talking to xenomorphs. Can you do that? Can you do that? Can you hear anything? No, I can't. Well, yeah, get the hell out of my face. You're useless. She gonna lose her mind trying to compete with Wendy. I just think them all having some awareness is very, very interesting. Ashley?
I thought you knew something. Thought you were going to be smarter than me. Thought you were going to do something. Don't lie to me. Can you hear? Well, maybe I heard it. Maybe. Don't lie to me. You didn't hear anything. You're no Wendy. You're no Wendy XL. I loved it. But again, we're harboring this jealousy, this competitive element, which is fine. What I'm, narratively speaking, the concept of introducing these children in adult bodies was always a thing to me, from the beginning. However, I'm very interested in their maturity rate, by what rate of speed are we going to reach or peak adulthood? Because clearly it's on fast forward, because now we're questioning boundaries. We have the representation with slightly of innocence lost. So how is that going to translate now with the rest of the group? Now that this concept, this knowledge, right, of good and evil has now been kind of introduced, I think we're going to see a fracture in the lost children. I think we're going to see some that are going to go for good and some who are going to go the other way. And I'll be interested to see how that plays out, because I do ultimately, like I said, Timothy Olyphant is jamming over here for me as Kirsch. I really am enjoying his performance, and I enjoy all of these actors. The hybrids, I think they're doing an incredible job of really embodying, the youthful element. And now as they're trying to mature and grow, I'm here to see what this journey is going to look like and how this fracture is going to happen. I'm very interested to see who lands on which side.
This rainbow coalition of hybrids. Got all of them there. But I thought it was interesting when we got into Slightly, and he was talking to the mom. She's like, oh, we thought you died. How close are you? We need more info. That's what I'm waiting on. I'm waiting for the information, because where do you think they're taking them? What all do you like? She's like, oh, I thought you died. That can be open for multiple things.
Interpretation,
if you're giving your baby over to science, that's what they want us to believe, you're going to know the ins and outs, because I want to make sure they're nowhere present. They just, oh, I thought you died. What? You like y'all more us. And even here, but when Slightly's like, I don't have to listen to you. Yeah. You're not in control of us. She's like, I'm not old. It's like, well, she's 12. Well, I'm 9. Like, we don't have to listen to you. You're not in control of us.
You're like, oldest.
Yeah. They're definitely going to have a great divide, and some people are going to stand on one side. It's so many places to go, though. Well, nobody's going to stand with Boy Kevin, or maybe Curly. I don't know who would want to go over there, but I think it's going to be a Wendy side and a Kirsch side. It'll be interesting to see where they stand, and if they're standing at all. I think they're definitely going to play off and against each other, to where when you're Slightly's against us, so we need to be against him, attack him. It's gonna be messy, mostly Kirsch. Yeah.
Leave Kirsch alone, Team Kirsch.
But your favorite part, Ashley? Predictions the next episode.
Lord have mercy. Hopefully Joe gets taken out immediately next episode. How many episodes does this season have? 7, 8, 10? I don't know. I wonder how many episodes we're gonna get. No, Joe's not gonna die. He'll be around for forever. I think Wendy's gonna tap in more now that she found her little baby pet, like the cooing, the coo 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 coo. And I think she'll learn more about her abilities as it relates to them. They're gonna put it to the test. I think Kirsch. I don't know, because Boy Cavalier's not gonna keep his eyes off of her now. I think we'll actually see him further devolve as well, because he wants to be the center. He wants to be the center of it all. And I think when he finds out he's not really ultimately going to be able to control Wendy, it'll become a problem. I hope Cougar Town gets yeeted again. I'm really excited to see what's going on in Nibs. I really hope there's something in her. I hope there's an egg or something lying dormant that we find, because she's not saying that for no reason. Like something's there. Slightly actually might die next episode. If he really goes in here.
He's going to kill Slightly next episode already.
If he really goes in this room.
I thought Slightly would die like episode 6, 7. Not next. I said next episode Slightly's gone.
Listen, if he goes in there with that egg, he's over. Because Kirsch already has done it, so I'm just waiting for him to get gutted like a fish. And Mara will still be, working hard backwards.
As planned. That can't be it, Mara. You waited your whole life for this. This is my life's work. I'm gonna get the egg. I'm getting the xenomorphs. Really? Slightly is your hook, line, and sinker. Really? I thought a little bit more of you, sir. But okay. I'm just waiting to get beyond these little 2-3 corridors. I want to go downstairs.
The basement.
We're gonna go behind in the back of the secret compartment in the back. When are we gonna go down there? All these places that they're re-cleaning and resealing and boxing up, all the dirty deeds and secrets they're hiding below. I want to go down there. That's what I've been waiting on. This is cute and stuff. Wendy whistling to the getting her Andy Griffin on with them aliens. Girl, have your way. Have your way, Queen Mother Wendy. Do what you got to do, girl. We will see how far that goes. I do think it's interesting, though, that we haven't seen not even a reference to a queen. Like, where's the queen? Who laid the eggs? I don't know. We haven't got there. Or maybe just because why do they have this connection with Wendy? We shall see. But I'm just trying to go down there. Okay? I'm trying to go down there. I want a xenomorph to bust through some more glass. I want first episode energy. Just a little bit. But y'all, that's the show. That is the episode. This was a cute episode, but I need them to come with that hot fire. Dialing, because I spit hot fire next episode. Ashley, anything you want to say before we get out of here? Mute it.
Thank you guys so much for being here and coming through to support. But don't forget tomorrow, Downton, for the Downton Abbey people, we are going to be talking season 1, episode 2. Tomorrow, a full discussion. And just stay tuned. Make sure you have the notification bell on so you don't miss a thing, and make sure you're subscribed. But we appreciate you. We thank y'all. And we'll see y'all in the next one, whatever that one may be. K-pop Demon Hunters, maybe.
And for any of you guys here who are active in the Discord, I will be over there in a second watching season 1, episode 2 of Downton Abbey, because you really ain't never seen it in preparation for tomorrow's live. But we will see you guys then. Thank you so much for watching. Leave your commentary below, and have a good night. Good night, y'all.
Good night, y'all.
All right. What? Look. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. Huh? They ain't talking about nothing. Alright. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. Huh? They ain't talking about nothing.